Hello and welcome to InVision Irving, your business connection. I'm Jolene DeVito at the headquarters of the Greater Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. Some interesting stories for you today, including the latest national charity that relocated to Irving. Learn about the life-changing service provided and the jobs created. Plus, the push to promote international trade. We take you inside the networking event. And food trucks. See the sign suggesting that the national food truck trend may be reaching into Irving. But let's begin with our special focus. Some people might call Irving the heart of the Metroplex because of its central location. True, but maybe there's another reason to say Irving has heart. Consider the number of national nonprofits that have chosen to locate their headquarters here. Mothers Against Drunk Driving and the Boy Scouts of America are among those that have been in Irving for years. And now we can add Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I paid a visit to find out more about the impact.
We go to the movies, we go out to eat, we spend time with each other. We go to the parks. We just do fun things. We go ice skating sometimes to the mall to look around and, spend time with each other.
It's a special day for 14-year-old Savannah and her mentor, Tangela. 4 years ago on this day, the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization brought them together. Savannah needed the time and attention of a positive role model. Tangela had that time and attention to give.
Savannah was 9 years old when we first matched, and now she's a beautiful 14-year-old, a teenager. And the most rewarding thing is allowing the interaction for growth, the mentoring, the development, and just overall, I'm looking for great things out of her in the future. So that's been very rewarding to me.
So rewarding that Big Brothers Big Sisters isn't just Tangela Arnwine Ingram's passion. It's also her job. As head of human resources for BBBS, she's been hard at work helping the organization settle into its new national headquarters in Irving.
We're very excited to relocate the national headquarters of Big Brothers Big Sisters to Irving for many, many reasons. The central location in the United States is extremely valuable. The great airport that we have here is extremely valuable. The moderate cost of living is extremely valuable.
Charles Pearson is the new president and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. But he's not just the boss. He's a big brother too, having mentored 3 different young men so far. He says relocating the national organization from Philadelphia to Irving is a crucial and strategic step.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of America exists to serve its affiliates, its 340 affiliates that serve the children and families and volunteers through our mission of one-to-one mentoring. And so we are trying to position ourselves to be the most effective and position ourselves for the greatest relevance for the next century.
There is plenty of room to grow at the new national headquarters. The relocation not only brings a well-known nonprofit to Irving, it's bringing jobs too. Most of the 50 staff members did not relocate from Philadelphia. And there is a lot of work to do.
We're really going to focus on doubling our organization because the need for what we do is so great. We have in excess of 40,000 kids, and it depends on how you define it, but the demand for what we do with children is just off the charts. But we've got about 40,000 kids right now that are ready to be matched all across these 340 agencies across the country, and that's contingent upon our finding the financial resources and the volunteers to do that in a quality, effective way.
Whether she fully realizes it or not, Savannah is one of the lucky ones who's not on that waiting list. The benefits of a mentoring relationship with a big sister like Tangela, they're hard to measure, but impossible to deny.
She just taught me how to be a better person in life. She tells me, what's good and what's not good to do. And she just helps me out with anything I need. And if I need help, I go to her and she'll help me.
And continue to get involved and stay involved with the young person's life because they need us. They're our future and they're our tomorrow.
Learn more and see how you can get involved at bbbs.org. That's a sampling of the national nonprofit scene. Let's look now at some local charities with close ties to the business community. Teddy Story is the CEO of Irving Cares, and Doug Fox is Executive Director of the Irving Family YMCA. Thank you both of you for coming in. Good to see you. So Teddy, we see you at a lot of chamber events. So I wonder, why is it important for a nonprofit to keep that networking relationship with the business community?
I think it's really important because that's your connection to the people who make decisions at a high corporate level, and it takes you into their world. You could stay inside your office and never leave and never make new friends, but networking at chamber events is a way that Irving Cares has been really successful in finding new friends of all different kinds, but especially in the corporate world.
Let me ask you, if you could, to give us an example, maybe a specific, about how that networking has benefited Irving Cares.
One of the very first things that happened that was so beneficial was when HMS moved to town. We were in a orientation meeting together, and the head of HMS was my seatmate, and we were talking about Irving Cares. I told him about what we did, and he said, well, that's a great match, and that's exactly what we're looking for, is a charity that does the things that you do. And so now, after that, they've become a great corporate partner. They do fundraising drives annually for us, where you can make a donation to the charity, and because of that, you can wear blue jeans for a week, or they do all different kind of great things. They've created recipe books and sold the books as proceeds for Irving Cares. That's one of the finest examples. They even sponsor our special event.
And all because you ended up seatmates.
Because I was next to him in a meeting.
You never know.
Exactly.
Doug, how about you? Any examples of how networking and staying connected in the business community has helped you?
Yeah, so our board chair is David Cole from the E. Fratelli's restaurants, and so he's certainly been very instrumental since I got here 5.5 years ago to get me connected with the different businesses and folks in the community. I think probably the best connection that he and I made together was the folks at Dr. Pepper Snapple. We were getting ready to launch the Miracle League program, and we really needed a lead gift to kind of get the program off the ground. And we met with Gene Honerman over there, and it was just a great meeting. He really loved hearing about Miracle League, what it was all about, and they made a significant 3-year commitment, and kind of the rest is history. It's just one of those great programs that our community should be very proud of, and it really started with that relationship with the business, local business.
Teddy, say a nonprofit were considering Irving as its new home, and perhaps came to you for your thoughts and input. What would you say? How would you sell the city?
I think Irving is very inclusive. They take each other, they figure out what the needs are, and they find ways to strategize to make the needs met. I think that's Irving's biggest pull, is that everyone, they really do care about each other, and they care about all different kinds of things, from the arts to basic needs to youth programs to mentoring. There's just so much varied interest, but they really do get involved, and they really care about stuff.
Irving Cares, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Irving Cares. Doug, what would you add to that?
Well, I think for me, coming from outside, I came from a location in San Diego and in Phoenix, and you didn't have near the camaraderie that you had just amongst the nonprofits. So over the last 18 months, we've had 2 or 3 major fundraising activities that's really been inclusive of all of the groups. And so if you look at the fact that we all play really nice together, and we support each other. Teddy and I were at the Irving Schools Foundation Gala last Friday helping set up, and then we'll be helping with Teddy's events and vice versa. And so we all really work together to support each other. And I think that the really neat thing about the business community is that all the different businesses have different focuses, different things that they want to support. So it may be hunger initiatives, it may be teen programs, it may be special needs program. And so we have that great conduit, thanks to the chamber, to be able to get those businesses connected. But because we are all helping, if Teddy hears about someone that wants to help something like Miracle League, we communicate, and we're not
Not so competitive.
Yeah, we're not so
Competitors,
competitive.
right.
Exactly. We really work together, and I think that's very, very important.
That is big. We hear from so many of the businesses that we talk to and that are relocating here, that one of the reasons they do so is there's such a talented, qualified, and diverse workforce. From a nonprofit perspective, and Teddy, let me start with you. What are some of the qualities you look for or would recommend that someone have if they're pursuing a career in nonprofit?
I think you really absolutely must care about the mission. like if you're selling shoes at a department store, it really doesn't matter if you love shoes or not. It makes a difference in your customer service delivery, but it's not your passion. You know, you have other things that drive you. But when you work at a nonprofit, you really, really have to care about your end product. Your end product is your client, the person whose life you're changing. So passion about the mission is really important, but also you need absolutely those same skill sets that you need as working in the for-profit world. You have to have great computer skills because everything's driven by a computer. You really have to know about sales and marketing because you're out talking all the time, telling everyone about your cool stuff. So I think it's a lot of the same things that you need in the for-profit world, but basic, that gut mission about really, really making sure that your people that you serve are going to be better served after you finish.
Anything to add to that?
No, I think passion is the key word. I think for us at the Irving Y, I mean, we've got a leadership team who've been with us for the last 5.5 years because we all have a vision and really a goal to serve in the different areas that we serve at the Y. And so I think that that's very important. No one's going to get rich in a nonprofit world, and we didn't go into it for that. I came from the for-profit world in previous work, and I didn't enjoy my job nearly as much as I do today. And to me, that's what it's all about. That's why I get up and go to work every day, and that's why my staff do, is because we see lives change. And I know the great work that Teddy does. I mean, you literally know that you're helping a family get dinner that evening, and they're just, you know, there's just something in your heart that just makes that feel very, very good, and you got to have that. You got to have that passion.
Can't put a price tag on it
No,
either.
you can't.
If a business is watching and is now interested in connecting with one or the both of you, let me give you both the opportunity to tell them how they can do that.
Okay. Irving Cares has a great website. It's irvingcares.org, and it has a list of all of our information about descriptions of the programs and how corporations or anybody could help within that world.
Doug?
Yeah, and for us, I would say that I would love for them to shoot me an email, dfox@ymcadallas.org. What we've found is, because we have such a wide variety of programs, we really like to kind of get to know that donor, that potential donor, and kind of find out what makes them tick, and then be able to guide them to a particular program. We have programs like Miracle League, we have programs for school readiness type stuff, and so we want to really make sure that we focus and respect their time and get them connected to that thing that they're most interested in, and then get them involved. You know, we have never had a donor who's walked into something that they were interested in and not say, wow. Right. And so, but we want to make sure that we're connecting the donor with something that they have a passion for.
Put them in the right place so they do
Exactly.
say that, wow.
Exactly.
That's a really good point, that they, once they see the agencies, when they see the work that happens, then they really get it.
Yeah, they're sold. It sells itself, doesn't it?
It really does.
Teddy Story, Doug Fox, thank you both very much. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Great opportunity.
Another charity we're looking at today is focused on health care. Brooke Pratt covered the second anniversary of the Irving Interfaith Clinic.
This is a look inside the Irving Interfaith Clinic, where thousands of residents have gotten medical help. One of the first patients seen in a room like this one was a man with no money and no insurance. Turns out he had skin cancer.
It was life-threatening, and so they called in a specialist in the clinic. They did 3 surgeries to try to get that all gone.
Soon the man was cancer-free, and it didn't cost him a penny. His life was saved because of a doctor's visit. The Irving Interfaith Clinic sees the need people have for health care, and their doors are open to anyone in the city who has no health insurance and a low income.
We're trying to make sure that they have a home, they have a doctor, they can pick up the phone call and make an appointment and come see somebody.
Today, the clinic is recognizing key organizations that have donated to keep the nonprofit organization going. And this ribbon cutting, hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, marks the clinic's second year in a brand new facility, a building that is paid for by local donors.
We have been able to serve 6,000 patients this year already through this facility given to us by the Irving Hospital Authority, Baylor Irving, and the Irving Healthcare Foundation.
Some clinic employees are paid through grants, but the majority of the doctors are volunteers. The clinic goes above and beyond your basic doctor, though.
We believe in what they do here. We know that lives are saved or made better.
There are primary care physicians and dentists available at this clinic, but 90% of the patients that come in are diabetic, and they come into this room again for free to learn how to eat right and take care of themselves.
people bring their diabetes under control and they don't lose their vision. They don't lose an arm or a leg or a foot.
To be in pain and not have access to care, and then to walk into someone who will give you free care, it transforms lives.
This is the only free clinic in Irving. Many say the purpose of the nonprofit boils down to basic human compassion.
I see this as kind of a throwback to those days when people really cared about people.
The volunteers do it because we care. We just want to help people. So that's our motivation.
These are men and women who, when they look across the counter, they see their moms or dads or their brothers and their sisters. And that level of compassion does more than probably the medical care we can even provide. And we provide a lot of medical care.
The clinic is located right next to Baylor Medical Center at Irving. They work tirelessly to keep residents healthy and happy. And they say they could always use more volunteer physicians. Brooke Pratt for InVision Irving.
Of course, all of these agencies we're profiling depend on donors. And we just heard about a huge financial gift to the University of Dallas, $12 million. Brooke is back now to share the story of a generous couple who are making a difference for business leaders of tomorrow.
In the early 80s, Satish and Yasmin Gupta traveled from India to Irving. It was Yasmin's first time on an airplane, and they came to attend business school at the University of Dallas.
We have memories after memories. It was a huge learning experience for me and also for my wife.
They immediately felt welcomed. Yasmin's employer on campus, Father Kane in the philosophy department, brought her a flower every day.
He just every day wanted to make sure I was in a good mood or feeling good about myself. So he would bring me that little weed that he would have plucked from the fields around and either hand it to me with a big smile or leave it on my desk if I missed seeing him that morning. But every day of the time that I was here.
As they reflect on fond memories, they recall forming their company, SB International. The Guptas got their business started right here in this building back when they were students. They would go up to the 3rd floor and borrow the typewriter after hours and chat with their professors about their business plan.
Satish was all inspired to get the company going. The company was floated and it is still there today.
The company is now worth millions. And 2 decades later, the Guptas have returned to their alma mater to give back to the place where their journey began.
This became our home, and this motivated us to think that if we want to think of giving back and create a legacy for several generations going forward, let's think about this community.
The Braniff Graduate Center was packed as students, professors, and employees gathered to hear the news. The Guptas are donating $12 million to the University of Dallas, the largest single gift in the history of the school.
We are fortunate and blessed that we are able to make this gift.
The funds will go towards a new business building for the students. It'll be renamed in the Guptas' honor.
I present to you Satish and Yasmin Gupta and the Satish and Yasmin Gupta College of Business.
It means a lot to us. Everybody's excited.
Like Saifas and the Guptas, many of the business students that attend UD are from different countries. Satish hopes that the new building will become a global village and unify people from all walks of life.
We can all come from a different background but still live in a harmony and still succeed here in Dallas, here at the University of Dallas, here in the United States of America.
The Guptas say they're thrilled to leave this legacy. They hope their donation will help future students, just as the university helps them.
They came, they studied hard, they worked hard, and now they are making this country better by their presence. We are graced to have them as part of our family.
The Guptas and President Keefe say they hope the new state-of-the-art College of Business will be one of the country's top business schools. Brooke Pratt for InVision Irving.
In our event spotlight, a big opportunity for local business people to learn about international opportunities. The Irving Chamber teamed up with the Greater Dallas Korean American Chamber and others to host a delegation from Samsung City, Suwon, South Korea. Professionals had a chance for networking and meetings during the two-day event.
Obviously, Irving's open for business. We have many businesses here that want to do trade in South Korea. It's a very vibrant economy there, and vice versa. They obviously want to sell their products, LED type products, very high-tech products of technology that is frankly new to this area as well. So to municipalities, to private business, to make sure that we have the latest and greatest technologies, and it's good for them, it's good for us to make sure that we have these B2B opportunities.
The Irving Chamber offers several initiatives, including a Sister Cities program to promote international business relationships. It's always interesting to learn the many paths to business prosperity. We heard a couple during a luncheon at La Cima, hosted by the Women's Alliance.
Started my first business when I was 10.
Two women share tips with members of the Irving Chamber's Women's Alliance on how they built their businesses and fortunes.
I think that it's important for women to connect with each other because we are really such a driving force in the market.
After graduation, Michelle Lamont launched a series of pet boutiques.
We started with about $1,000 and we grew that business to 4 locations, grossing over $1 million a year in sales.
Now she's transitioned into the media business. Her friend Stephanie Johnson started with a challenge many pregnant women face. Her doctor put her on bed rest. But of course the need for preparations didn't stop. That led her to launch Bed Rest Concierge.
We are a high-level maternity concierge. We provide lifestyle services for women that are experiencing bed rest during their pregnancy. It can range from as simple as household management to nursery design to anything beyond your wildest dreams, and ice cream and cupcake delivery at 2 a.m.
Her story and idea resonated nationally.
I think the turning point in my career and with the company was when we were featured as an inspiring entrepreneur guest on the Bethany Frankel pilot season.
Although their paths are certainly untraditional, their message is that there are similar qualities in entrepreneurs. With business taking off, Stephanie Johnson is writing about and sharing lessons she's learned along the way.
Success is on purpose. I decided that I was going to be success, and it was success my way, what it meant to me. And I pursued my passions, and I took a small, simple idea, what I knew, what I was going through in my life, and I just made that a reality.
Just take that first step because you'll be very happy that you did.
Now to some of the economic wins the city is celebrating. Neovia Logistics Services is relocating its headquarters from Illinois to this building on State Highway 114. A company rep told the Dallas Morning News that the company selected Irving because of its talented and diverse workforce and its location. The business brings about 200 jobs. And we continue to hear about new tech firms in Irving. Brooke Pratt tells us about Trend Micro.
A billion-dollar security firm has made Irving its new national headquarters. It might not be the type of security you'd think, though. The company, Trend Micro, is committed to keeping your computer safe from hackers and viruses.
We consider the competition to be the bad guys, the hackers that are out there. And the reality is that the hackers keep getting better and better, so we have to keep getting better and better.
Trend Micro is located in Las Colinas Tower 2, right off of John Carpenter Freeway. The cybersecurity firm has over 5,000 employees and does business in 37 countries. So proximity to an airport was crucial for its new location.
You compare us to other office parks in a metroplex, nobody can compete with it. And you are literally, 12 minutes away from an international airport. So our location is key.
We feel real spoiled, actually. So proximity to the airport was really big, so it's really nice to be able to hop in a taxi. We're a global company, so we have people traveling all the time.
In addition to that, Simser says the business makeup of Las Colinas is the perfect fit for the company.
We consider it kind of the high-tech corridor for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We liked the talent pool that was in and around us because we're a vibrant, growing company.
Irving Mayor Beth Van Dyne says that Irving is the 3rd largest tech startup city in the nation, and having Trend Micro come to Las Colinas is fantastic for the tech market. Drawing companies to Irving is one of the city's top priorities, and this move brings over 200 jobs to the area.
Any single time that you bring in jobs in the city, it's our #1 focus. But bringing a whole global headquarters in, it's phenomenal.
Trend Micro isn't just bringing jobs, though. They have a new grant program that will give $25,000 worth of software, services, and cash to schools around the globe. Its first stop
is to the Irving ISD. So we're real happy that they're, as part of our headquarters, that they're part of getting to benefit from that.
The school needs it, the students will definitely benefit from it, and what a wonderful way to say welcome, welcoming themselves into the community.
Simser says Trend Micro is here to stay, and the reason why is more than just a great location. It has to do with how employees have been welcomed by the city.
You know, it's not just about the jobs, but it's just, you really feel part of a family. You know, that's certainly the way we've been treated. I'm not really sure what an upgrade would be from here.
Simser says the company is looking to fill vacant positions, and if anyone is interested, visit the website, trendmicro.com. City representatives say they're delighted to have this new corporate neighbor, and with it, more jobs, a bigger tech market, and grant money for Irving schools. Brooke Pratt for InVision Irving.
We have more ribbon cuttings to show you, including one for people with a sweet tooth. But we begin with a new addition in Heritage Crossing.
Today is the ribbon cutting of my law firm.
We're just really pleased to have this new business in Heritage Crossing.
I do commercial practice, commercial bankruptcy, commercial litigation, and corporate transactions. I've been an attorney for the last 16 years.
We've been trying to obtain professional services and have a law firm and an attorney of Joe's caliber locate here. It's just fantastic.
My family has had 5 different businesses in Heritage Crossing, so we're very familiar with the neighborhood. I think it's got a lot of great potential. There's a lot of businesses coming here. Not fast enough, but I certainly got here as soon as I could.
Joe has become an active member of the Greater Irving Las Colinas Chamber, and we've been trying to introduce him to business leaders.
It's great to be in Irving. Irving has been very welcome to small businesses, and I hope that everyone gets a chance to come out here.
We're celebrating the ribbon cutting for our grand opening for this. This is our second location. I was like, okay, I'm going to be an empty nester in 2 years. What am I going to do? I had 2 choices, either to stalk my children or either come up with a business, something that would keep me busy. Baking, I always tell people, is a God-given talent that I've had. So 2 years prior to my daughter graduating, I decided to go back to school, get my degree in business, and open my bakery, and that's what I did. I love Irving. When we first came here, we researched so many different communities in Dallas. We fell in love with the school system. That was the #1 choice we decided to move to Irving. We fell in love with the school system. I love the people here. I love the diversity here. Irving is just up and coming. It's constantly growing, and that's what I'm all about, growth.
Time now for our good deed. We've talked a lot about charities in this program. Businesses come up with a lot of creative ways to raise money. Every fall, City of Irving employees have fun events that bring in funds for the United Way. This was the scene at the Criminal Justice Center during a week full of fundraisers hosted by various city departments. La Quinta had a United Way event that gave us a chance to check out the popular trend of food trucks. Again, here's Brooke.
Miley Holmes is the co-owner of a small business, and this is her office. DFW's first and only gourmet slider food truck.
And it was the sort of thing where we said, you know, we could work this hard for ourselves. And we've always been burger fans. We're always, you know, looking for the best burger.
Easy Slider is the name of her restaurant on wheels. She travels all over the Metroplex to serve her very own burger concoctions. We found one person that got a slider called the Sweet and Lowdown.
You wouldn't think that jam would go on a burger, but it is amazing.
There's jam on your burger?
Uh-huh.
What kind of jam?
It's strawberry jam and goat cheese with bacon and beef, but it is truly amazing.
Some burgers are best left for the brave at heart. Holmes says she started the business at exactly the right time.
It's crazy. I mean, it's awesome, but it's crazy. We opened almost 2 years ago, and within 11 months, we had a second truck, which we did not expect when we got into this. So it's booming right now in Dallas, and it's exciting.
The booming food truck craze is what brings all of these food trucks to Irving today. They're participating in La Quinta's United Way fundraiser. People coming to eat each donate $5 before heading to their truck of choice.
Oink and Moo Barbecue, which is traditional Texas barbecue. Simply Dosa is a traditional Indian food truck. Tuda's Pizza is smoked meat pizzas that are all made right on the truck.
A huge variety of fast yet fresh food. That's the key in the rise of Food Truck Nation.
You can get whatever you want. It's like being at the fair any day of the week.
You can get a different type of food every day. They're generally small businesses, so you're supporting small businesses. The food is great. It's all made fresh right there on the truck. And it's just kind of a fun, trendy thing and way to get new food quickly.
Stephanie Hawks launched a blog about food trucks in DFW. She sees the trend taking off.
It's exploded. There's honestly not enough trucks to go around right now.
The trucks may be in high demand, and owners say that Irving is a place they'd like to come to more often.
Today's actually our first day in Irving ever, so hopefully we'll make it back again soon.
My goal is just to help the trucks get exposure to Irving and the businesses, and for the businesses to see what the food trucks are about and how easy it is to have them come out and do events at their office like this one.
As the food truck wave continues through Irving and beyond, check out Stephanie's blog, dfwfoodtruckfoodie.com, for information on trucks in the area. Brooke Pratt for InVision Irving.
Thanks for watching this edition of InVision Irving. Remember, you can see updates on upcoming events by visiting irvingchamber.com. I'm Jolene DeVito. See you next time.